My name is Brett Schaefer, and my group has the country of Peru, and we're going to discuss some key features to know when doing business in Peru. Some key points I'm going to discuss are the worst times to travel to Peru for business, social norms that apply to business when doing business there, and superstitions and gift-giving practices to know when doing business in Peru. Worst times to travel to Peru for business. Peru has two seasons, the high season, which is when there's the largest amount of tourism, and the low season, which has the lowest amount of tourism during the year. We also celebrate over 1,000 festivals a year that make it hard to know when a good time to travel would be. Peru's high season starts in the month of May and goes all the way through October. It's also called the dry season because it has the driest weather of the year. They also celebrate two of the largest festivals during this time. The first festival is the Festival of the Sun, which starts on June 24th. During this time, they celebrate the Incan sun god, and they also reenact 500 years of Incan Empire traditions and cultures. Next is the La Virgen de Carmen, which starts on July 15th. This lasts for 4 days. On July 16th, they carry around La Virgen Mamada Carmen, where she blesses presents and scares away demons. They also do a lot of things such as traditional dancing throughout the 4 days. During the low season, which starts in the month of November and goes all the way through April, is also known as the wet season, due to the weather being the wettest of the year. During this season, December and January are known as the peak travel seasons due to Christmas and New Year's being very popular holidays in Peru. During this time of the year, it is hard to find accommodations and low airfare. So when you're traveling to Peru for business, it is good to know that the worst times would be during the high season, the months May through October, and also during the low season in the month December and January. Next, I'm going to discuss social norms that apply to business when doing business in Peru. Peruvians like informal business. Informal business is something as simple as a handshake whenever you greet them. As your relationship gets better, that'll turn into a hug and a kiss when greeting and saying goodbye to somebody. Next is the titles. Peruvians enjoy being called by the title that they have earned. They're also okay with Senora or Senorita. Calling them by anything else will be a sign of disrespect. They also like direct eye contact. This is because with direct eye contact, it creates a good atmosphere and it's a sign of trust. Also, small talk. Peruvians enjoy small talk, but business should always come second, and you should always allow the host to initiate the business conversation. Some conversation topics to help you build a relationship with a Peruvian coworker are things like soccer. Soccer is very popular in Peru. They also enjoy talking about family and relationships, and then they also enjoy local culture. Local culture is things such as food and dancing. Any of these things will help your relationship with any Peruvian coworker. Okay, I'm going to discuss some social norm don'ts that you shouldn't do when doing business in Peru. The first one is rude gestures. Any gesture that is short and quick seems rude, so make sure you keep your gestures open and inviting. Next is personal bubble. Peruvians tend to talk inside your personal space, and they also tend to kiss on the cheek when they feel like they have a good relationship, so don't take offense to this. Next is first names. Never call a Peruvian by their first name unless invited to do so. If not invited, continue to call them by their title in which they earned. Next, we're going to go over some conversation topics that can be hurtful to a relationship. Do not talk about politics, as corruption is a very big problem in Peru. Next is terrorism, and finally, religion. These are all things you should stay away from when trying to build a good relationship with a Peruvian or a coworker. And finally, some taboos. Don't refuse dinner invitations. If you are invited to dinner, make sure you eat all the food because not eating all the food seems impolite and rude. Also, don't put your elbows on the table while eating, as this is also very impolite. Keep your hands on the table. And make sure you don't put your feet on desks, chairs, or tables, as this is also seen as being very rude. Superstitions and gift-giving practices to know when doing business in Peru. Gift-giving should only be done when invited to someone's home or during business functions where giving a gift would be acceptable. A good gift for Peruvians is wine. Wine can be very costly there, so they enjoy it as a gift. They also enjoy fine liqueurs and flowers, as long as it's not black or purple, but that's something that I'll discuss later on. They also enjoy chocolates. Peru is very big in the cocoa industry, so chocolates are pretty easy to get. When it comes to business, they enjoy daily planners, desk accessories, and small electronic gadgets used for business. This is because Peruvians are very organized and like to plan everything. They enjoy clothes such as ties, scarves, and other accessories made from natural fabrics. Man-made fabrics tend to get too hot, especially in the summer months. Now we're going to go over gift-giving superstitions and gift-giving don'ts. Anything that is black and purple signifies death in their religion. That is not something that you really want to give them. Avoid giving 13 of anything. 13 is considered bad luck. When it comes to clothes, avoid handkerchiefs as they are associated with mourning. And also avoid knives or anything with a sharp edge, because this is seen as severing ties or a relationship, and that can really hurt. And that can really hurt you on the business side. Finally, avoid anything expensive. It can be seen as an insult or as a bribe, and that can destroy a business partnership. So, I hope you enjoyed our presentation, and thank you for listening. Any questions, please put on the discussion board, and we'll be more than happy to answer them. Thank you.